Next on 9, Eddie and Sam and Trev and the team. Stay tuned for the Footy Show Live.
Channel 9's Friday Night Football. When last they met, the Tigers reigned supreme. But now the Magpies are talking finals. A heavyweight encounter as Collingwood take on Richmond from 8:30.
The Footy Show, proudly brought to you by Mars Free Bars and Hyundai. Happily enjoying a great season.
Where's Sam? He's got the opener.
What a big week it's been in football.
Oh, can you say?
Has it been a bigger week in the history of the Maguire household?
Well, there has been bigger weeks in my household, but it's been a big week down at Pye Park, I can tell you.
And just for a start, we want to apologise. I know we get a lot of criticism about how much Collingwood's on the show. And Ed today said he thinks there's too much, but Collingwood, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, is the flavour of the week.
It is.
And you got to put up with it because it's Ed and it's everywhere, all over the nation. So,
all right. Well,
good luck.
and what we'll do is we're going to get it out of the way in the first break and then we'll get on. We've got plenty to get on to tonight. Huge week of football, apart from everything happening at Collingwood, and that is, of course, Big Bad Barry Hall gets 5 weeks for eye gouging. And today it's been announced the Swans are going to use Tony Lockett as his anger management consultant. We'll get into that one a little bit later on in the show. I'm fair dinkum, I tell you what, it's unbelievable. What else is happening? The AFL players have found themselves on a gay porno site in America, much to their chagrin, and plenty more. We'll get on with it all happening in a few moments' time on the Footy Show. Let's welcome our panel tonight, and a bloke who's, he's settled into retirement beautifully. He's on the radio on Triple M and all over the place these days. Please welcome former Melbourne star, David Schwartz. The Hawkers are back in town. They are flying and they're being led beautifully by the skipper with the dark brown hair over there now. Shane Crawford's with us tonight. And also joining us tonight, well, a bloke who was absolutely wrapped with Collingwood's things going on during the week because it's got him off the front page, building up to his return to football tomorrow night. It's great to have him with us tonight on the Footy Show and back in the seniors. Please welcome Matthew Richardson and the Tigers. I still reckon they've rushed you back, Matty. I think you should have had another week in the reserves. But anyway, and of course, as always, doing the opening tonight as well, please welcome the one, the only, Mr. John Sammy Newman.
Very much, Ed. Now, Ed, I must just very quickly say I'm terribly proud of Geelong, not for beating your mob, but
No, fantastic
they've
effort.
not missed a beat marketing-wise down at Geelong this year. You remember the Peter Riccardi goal after the siren, which toppled the league wooden spooners, as it turned out. The
Yes.
potential wooden spooners snuck in by a point, and they brought out a photo and cleaned up. Well, Cameron Ling left his jumper. This is true. Left his jumper inadvertently out at training on the Tuesday night last, and in the morning the ground staff retrieved it. Well, it's a miracle. You've heard of the shroud at Turin? It's a miracle. It was just... It was... Obviously, it's a one-off. It's one only. It's not for sale. It's going to be put into a locked
Vault or
locked
something?
cabinet
Yeah.
and on display. The shroud that you're in, and there it is. Someone said they saw a tear come out of its eye earlier on in the week, and that will be a priceless piece of memorabilia at the Geelong club room.
No doubt about it. We'll have to get it carbon fiber tested or carbon dated or whatever
yes,
it's
we'll
called.
get a bit of
Carbon
DNA.
dated. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a joke about that, about
All
getting
right.
a urine sample, a stool, and we won't do that, just get his jocks.
Okay, thank you very much. We get the hint
I
of
knew
what
I
that
said
one.
I wouldn't say it.
I know. Let's move on now. Go to the bloke behind the bar. He's got plenty to say. Trevor Marmalade.
Well, mate, what can I say? It's been a very upsetting week for you,
Well,
obviously.
well,
it started
with
off with
Bucks, yeah.
Nathan being caught exchanging bodily fluids with another man. And of course, Nathan couldn't be in tonight. He was going to come in, but he has to be blood tested after it was found that Eddie had contracted HIH.
There you go.
But mate, but you're in the clear. You're fully in the clear because unfortunately all the documents were in Eddie's house that mysteriously burnt down.
I wish. And you know the irony of all that. You know who my insurance company was, don't you?
HIV.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, mate,
FAI.
I still can't believe the whole thing. You actually found an insurance company that would hand over a cheque. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
That's never happened ever.
Well, apparently so. But anyway,
well,
fire away. If
No.
it wasn't so serious, we could have a good
Yeah,
laugh at this.
no.
And we do have to be a bit careful because we
Yeah.
are talking about
We
a
don't
Royal
have to be
Commission.
careful.
No, we do have to be careful. It's a Royal
all right.
Commission.
Well,
have to be very careful.
succinctly, quickly, and you've given 8,000 interviews. Do you have, Ed, a clear conscience about the HIH shareholders? And do you have a clear conscience about Brad Cooper buying his way onto the Collingwood board at the expense of some potential candidates?
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
these are the main issues.
Well, these were the main issues a couple of 2 days ago, and I mean the Royal Commission continues. But just to explain the Collingwood Football Club side of things, you've got to remember we have got no idea what's been going on in the HIH. That's why there is a Royal Commission, and the way it all turned out was in the year 2000. We went all out on marketing to try and get the club back on its feet.
Yes.
Okay. Brad Cooper said to us that FAI, who had been sponsors for 10 years of the club, would like to do a sponsorship. Our marketing department put together a sponsorship package worth $250,000. On April 26th that year, they got the package. We were told consistently through at board meetings that was okay. Yes, it'll be coming. It's just a matter of doing the paperwork, or will come through. We get to October 31st, which is the end of the football financial year. The money hasn't arrived. We are giving, at this stage, all the things that are in the package, signage, etc.
Yes.
All that's there, right? We
Did
get to
you
31st.
say to Brad that
So,
it
hang
would-
on, October 31st. I just want to get this. I'll go through and then you can fire away. October 31st comes. We don't put it in our accounts because we haven't got the money, even though the money's pending.
Promised.
We go through. Finally, in December, we get a letter that says sorry for being late and all the rest of it, and a cheque for $250,000. Now, remembering at this stage,
Written by?
oh, and it came from the accounts department. It was signed by two people. It was a cheque. We put it into the bank. We haven't put it through on the express clearance or anything. Goes through the normal procedures and it gets cashed. At this stage, FAI and HH was the 9th biggest company in Australia. A week later, 9 days later, they have their annual report and they say, yeah, they're going fine and they've got assets of $1 billion. Now remember, and this is the point when you talk about HIH shareholders, and what I thought was just appalling reporting of people and trying to get their hopes up. Poor people who have really gone through hardship because they have been dudded by HIH. And to go down there, I mean, the money was ours. That's why we have no worry about it. If at some stage they say that the money shouldn't have gone to us, we'll pay it back because we're law-abiding citizens.
It'd be a good idea to pay it. Would it be a good idea to pay it back anyhow?
No, because the money is ours because we provided services.
Right.
Yep.
We
provided services. It's our money.
Right.
Now, these poor people who got dragged out and had to relive and go through it, let's just remember, and we actually did the sums today, we're talking about $250,000 over 2 years. So this figure is based on $250,000, halve it because 1 year was the previous year. The $250,000 is 0.0047% of the $5.3 billion that went out the door somewhere, right? So I mean, this is this much in relation.
Fair enough.
So I mean, this is not. Now, Brad Cooper was a board member of Collingwood. He fronts the Royal Commission on Monday.
Did he buy his way onto the board?
No, that's a nonsense because at that stage, that year we'd turned the club around by $1.3 million, not including this $250,000. The board was right. The three incumbents were Brad Cooper, Alex Weisler, Jack Kennedy. They got in with over 1,200 votes. I think Brad had 1,190 something. The next best was Nick Theodosi on 300. Nick was standing not on finance, he was standing on the recruiting policies. So as simple as that, there was no dramas with any of that. Now, I mean, the papers described it today as a fishing expedition for the people up at the Royal Commission. We don't want to get involved in a Royal Commission. What we're saying is there wouldn't be a Royal Commission unless they're looking to find out what happened to HIH. From Collingwood's point of view, we provided a parcel of services. They finally paid the money. Done. End of season. Nothing else for us to do. It was just it was a third-tier sponsorship. Now, I mean, it shows you how ridiculous it gets, though. I mean, it was all over the front page, and then yesterday it was...
So they've tried to make out you're a crook, and you've done something dishonourable.
I don't know if they did that, but certainly we were named.
They're angling, they're trying to get you in.
Look, there's no doubt that when my name was in and Collingwood's name was in, it became a big story. It was the first time AFL football's been on the front page of the Sydney papers. But just to show, I mean, here's an example. We announced something, which I'll go into in a moment, which is something tremendously big, you know, a huge day for me. Something I worked on for a long time, and our board, Nuno D'Aquino and the likes, have really come together to get this Olympic Park deal across the line, which we think will be fantastic for our club. Now, I did a press conference yesterday. We called it on this, right? Everybody in. They're all there. We did another press conference today about Olympic Park. We called, I'll be there, everybody in. I get a phone call from the Australian newspaper this afternoon saying, I would like to get a fresh photo of you because there's, you know, more developments in the Royal Commission. Nothing to do with us, but in relation to some of the things going on around us. We've stated our case. I said, mate, I've done a 2-hour press conference. I haven't got time. I've got to prepare for a television show tonight. So they camp out the front here at Channel 9. I'm driving out tonight. Now, you'll probably see a photo, maybe in the Australian tomorrow, make me look like a fugitive, right? I'm driving out to go and put my son to bed, right? Say goodnight to my wife and my son. Driving out the front of Channel 9. I drive out, this bloke jumps out from nowhere with a camera, and they did it 2 nights ago as well, by the way. Flashed the camera off. I nearly drove into a person. I've jumped onto the brakes, driving into Bendigo Street, and on the way back again. I said to the bloke this afternoon, I said, what, you haven't got a photo of me? There are 85,000 photos of me in the file. They had photos taken yesterday. They didn't turn up to a press conference today. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
So Ed, I know you're in the business of the media.
Yeah,
you're not starting to
look, don't worry.
get shaky about where you are. Would you like to...
Would you like... I mean, I'm not going to get this straight.
Would you like for 2 pins, Ed? Would you give it all away?
I'll tell you the mob who did us over...
They're getting to you.
The one who did us over the most was a current affair on Channel 9 last night.
Us?
It was a disgrace.
A disgrace. Us, we are. Is that us? Are we allowed to say that?
Oh, well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. They said plenty about me last night, or intimated anyway.
Well,
I mean, that's when you drag people out.
For you. We've knocked our own.
Well, but I'm just saying, I mean, to drag those poor people out, I'll tell you right now, if we wrote out a cheque and sent it for $500,000...
They wouldn't get a loaf of bread each.
It wouldn't pay for the biscuits at the Royal Commission, far less anything filtering through to the people. So, from Collingwood's point of view, we're not, as I said, the Royal Commission will do what it has to do, and we'll find out in good time what happened to HIH and all the rest of it. But as far as we're concerned, we did a straight-up sponsorship deal. It was done. We provided services. They paid for it. And if the Royal Commission says, hey, look, you blokes have to pay back $250, $150, $550, whatever, we will do whatever's required by the law.
Right, just a tip, if you want to piss Ed off tonight, get your camera and gather outside the gates at about 11:30.
But I tell you but the annoying thing is that I return every journo's phone call every time. You do you call the principal. Anyway, quickly and then we'll move on.
Right.
Yep, Collingwood will win.
Right. So I wouldn't mind playing. Well, but you know, the 0.0047%.
Yeah, go.
Eddie, FAI sponsor a lot of other events like Bathurst. Why aren't they calling for them to pay back the sponsorship money in that as well?
Look, there also, without going into it, there's that, and they've had all sorts of things. This is the point we're saying is we actually provided the services. Now, there is a mitigating circumstance in that Brad Cooper was a director of Collingwood at the time. There's no doubt about that. But this will all come out in the Royal Commission. From Collingwood's point of view, we had no idea what HIH was doing. As I said, I still had a policy.
They sponsor the ballet too. I went
ballet,
saw a sign.
Yeah. Well, everyone. Yeah. Anyway, there's no need to, can't worry about it. It'll all come out in the wash, I suppose. But anyway, the big news today for us was
Eddie, you're out of lifelines, but you can still keep the $250,000.
That's a crisp one. No, you're going beautifully.
And from what I can gather, mate, you'll be paying back sweet FAI.
If we're required to, we will. Right? We're an honourable club.
And if you need a character witness, you are as straight as a gun barrel. I've said that, but I know you for anyhow.
No, don't worry about that. Let's move on. As I said, now today, on the upside, after
Collingwood it?
Yeah, we're going to get through. After 3.5 years of negotiations, big news for the Pies. We're going to leave McHale Stadium of Victoria Park after 110 years.
Only because it's falling down.
And we're going to a new place at Olympic Park. And by the way, there is naming rights available for anybody who'd like to buy that. But here we've got some slides here of how it'll look. These are just obviously the drawings of it. It's the old, what was the Olympic pool in 1956 at the Olympic Games, and I suppose the significance is now the MCG and the swimming pool, the two major venues, are now Collingwood's. And we'll establish a new home there for the end of next year, part of a $12 million package, an upgrade which will also include an 800 square metre gymnasium, 25 metre 4-lane pool, indoor running track, 350-seat function room, training oval and pavilion the size of the MCG, footy admin, interactive hall of fame, and stores and merchandising shops and things like that. So it's a pretty big day for the club in that regard.
Is it true it's got a players' bar as well?
It's got a players' lounge, yes.
Is that a concern?
No, that'll be all right, and it's with the Victorian Institute of Sport, so we'll be able to mix and match our people there. So now, you can read about that one tomorrow.
Now, Ed, I'm going to get this out of the way for a start, and this is the end of Collingwood, I think. I'm not sure.
Nearly.
But this is only indirectly to do with Collingwood, because I tell you what, in this day and age in Victoria, as I understand it, we're considering zero blood alcohol for everyone that drives a car. That means if you get in your car and you go to Laverton with the kids and you want to, in your Hyundai, and you want to stop and have a Mars bar and a Chardonnay, you'll have to leave the Hyundai at Laverton and push on to Geelong on the train, because you're not allowed to drink. You've got to have zero. That's what we're considering in this state, and we're considering a lot of other things. But I'll tell you what, I've seen something. What's that, mate?
How would you go with that?
Well, you'd leave the state, is what you'd do. But I tell you what, I just and also announced in the paper today, 20 dentists and doctors have HIV and don't have to tell their patients. But in the Australian, unfortunately it's the Australian, luckily no one reads it. Patrick Smith, who is a bloody good bloke, and we all love him, but he's obviously asked to be stupid by the paper, because he has written something about Nathan Buckley which is contained in 1,500 words, 9 paragraphs, a third of a broadsheet page about Nathan Buckley. And I'm going to read a bit about it, Ed, on a sport, a recreation, which is a sport which has not in the history of sport ever had one person contract AIDS from blood in any part of the world ever. And he wrote this, being stupid on behalf of the Australian. These are just paraphrases. Collingwood skipper is guilty of breaching a rule that is in place to ensure the health. That's his main crime. He could not resist a cheap shot. Lots of players have been to the brink, but not Buckley. Now no one has trust in one another anymore. He cynically, blatantly and ruthlessly broke a rule. Very compelling case to treat him harshly. He let his sport down utterly. He even took careful aim to wipe on the jersey, not on the face. He deliberately, flagrantly and very publicly disregarded a rule. But an act of sportsmanship, it was appalling. It's been a grim night for the AFL. Football is in a mess. Standards have slipped. Players are complacent. Officials unconcerned. These are dangerous times. AFL football is another sport competing for space in a torrid marketplace. Wait, there's more. Community was appalled by a profound breach of sportsmanship. Buckley did it as coolly as he might order a loaf of bread. A rule that has been respected for so long was clinically and callously breached. But it showed one of the game's highest profile players deliberately flout a rule. Just now, nothing seems sacred in football anymore, and that is very scary. Now, I just want to say this, Ed. At the end of this, and his entire copy of another case before the tribunal that night, his entire copy was this. I'll read it. This is it verbatim. Barry Hall got 5 weeks for eye gouging the face of his Port Adelaide opponent. That is all about Barry Hall. That is all about Nathan Buckley, and he says it's very scary. It's scary. All right, mate, that article is scary. And could I tell you who it's been written by? By a guy called Patrick Smith, who, in 1978, when he played cricket for the Paran Cricket Club, was charged by umpire Coatland that he used indecent language. He used indecent language directly at the batsman. He continued his intimidatory tactics by running down the wicket. He used indecent language. He was requested to cease. Smith pleaded guilty. He was reported that he deliberately pushed Footscray batsman Peony in the chest, causing him to overbalance, dislodged the stumps and the bails at the batsman's end. He pleaded not guilty to that. Smith walked to the batsman and said, laugh at that one, because he had laughed at his bowling, and he called him and swore at him and abused him, pushed him over. And this is a man who writes about bringing a game down to its knees through sportsmanship. Patrick, for God's sake, man, have a holiday.
Well, it could well be our last show tonight, so we may as well go for it all night. What do you reckon?
Well, no, fair dinkum. That's just disgraceful.
As I said, all these things will come up. Now let's move on. Richo, we're going to get to you in a second, because we're going to have a look at the Collingwood-Richmond game right off the top. 2 changes to the Collingwood side that was beaten last week by the Cats. And as you can see, Nathan Buckley has been rubbed out for 1 week. Mark McGough has been omitted, giving him a bit of a rest, the young 18-year-old. Ryan Loney back in, and also Chrissy Tarrant back into the Collingwood side, which is a welcome return for Tarrant, coming back from a hip injury. Collingwood haven't lost 2 games in a row since around 2021 last year. However, the last time they defeated Richmond was back in 1999, and Richmond in round 1 won by 38 points, as we start playing teams who have seen each other in round 1 in the year. Well, it's all been happening at Tigerland. They were swearing at each other at training today, and the administration and the football department are doing their year checks and all sorts of things. Rogers, Adam Houlihan, and that man, Matthew Richardson, is back. Fiora's out with a hamstring. Zilla and Hyde have been omitted. But, Rich, I think 19 of the 22 that played in round 1 are back, including the 3 big fellas, Richardson, Ottens, and also Stafford.
Yeah, that's right, Eddie. I think myself, Brad and Greg haven't played in the same side since round 2, so, we do have a bit of our structure back and getting back to our best side. So, we're looking to get a bit of confidence this week and hopefully turn our form around, because it's pretty important we get it going pretty soon.
How did you feel last week, Richo? We've got some vision of you playing in the Coburg game.
Yeah.
Knowing that you were playing against Brisbane, and Brisbane, of course, won by 63 points, did you think you got something out of this, or Tiger fans who are tearing up their memberships last week after the game, did you feel for them?
Yeah, look, I obviously spoke a lot with Danny last week about what he wanted me to get out of the game, and I think we did all those type of things and met all the criteria. Didn't get a lot of kicks, or didn't set the world on fire that way, but I did what Danny wanted me to do, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow night now.
Now, give us a reasonably straight answer. Do you think you'll be at Richmond next year?
Well, I hope to be at Richmond
next year.
You hope to be,
do you?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll retain you?
I hope they do.
Is it So you genuinely like to play with Richmond. You dismiss all this talk about you would be better off someone else and they'd be better off without you.
Yeah, well, that's just a lot of speculation, Sam. I just want to sit down at the end of the year and hopefully we can sort something out. And obviously I'd like to play at the one club my whole career.
Would your playing salary now have been downgraded by your antics, do you think?
Well, not by what happened last week, but I haven't played a lot of footy this year, so we'll just have to see what happens at the end of the year. Obviously, I haven't been in my best form this year, so I can't be going out asking for a huge pay rise or anything. So,
pay rise?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Just parity. Let's parity. Just.
I don't think I'd be in line for one, Sam. So, no, look, I'm hoping that we can sort it out and everything can work out fine.
Tigers were fined $20,000 for Ezra Poyas' late contract amendments as well. And Richo, the Tiger fans, look down the camera, tell them to come out and support tomorrow. Not because it's a Collingwood home game, because the game is being split between the two clubs. So if you think staying away is going to dent the Collingwood finances, you're actually hurting your own as well.
Yeah, well, obviously we're playing against Collingwood, Eddie. It's a big game and we want all the fans to get down there, that's for sure. If we're splitting the gate, it's pretty important that the fans get out there and support the players because they are endeavouring to get a win on the board and, you know, we're looking forward to tomorrow night.
All right, both lost last week. Tigers have lost the last 7. Crawf, who's going to win?
Yeah, all the Tigers fans, if you're sick of barracking for Richmond, come and support Hawthorn. We need a bit of support, but seriously, if you got rid of Richo, you got to have a good look at yourself because every time he plays and kicks a bag full, they always win. So with Buckley being out and Richardson coming in, I'm going to lean towards the Tigers.
Tigers won 6 of the last 7.
Yeah, I'm with you, Corp. I believe with all the turmoil down at Collingwood land this week, I think that they may battle against the Tigers. I tip the Tigers as well.
Sam?
Matthew, you can kick 15 goals, mate, and that'll be about 6 short of what Collingwood will beat you by.
Thanks, Sam.
Well, I'm saying you might play a great game, but you and about 17 others of you won't beat Collingwood.
Trev?
And I saw this week, Ed, Mick Malthouse. Mick Malthouse has called on the AFL to give the coaches more freedom of speech.
That's right.
And he's expected to be fined for his comments.
Actually, I'll tell you what, there's a really good story coming up a little bit later on the Footy Show regarding Dr. Peter Larkins, who's received the Please Explain. We'll go on to that in a few minutes. Just to wrap up.
Actually, yes, they've sent Mick a Please Explain, they've sent Ed a Please Shut Up.
He's on fire.
Geez, I tell you, I wish we had
some gems tonight.
All right, so let's just wrap up this one before we move on to Carlton and St Kilda by unveiling the Collingwood team of the century, which was in the Herald Sun today. And there it is. And the new addition, because when Collingwood did it, was the first club to do the team of the century. There was only 21 players because of 3 interchanges, so we've gone to the 4. And Gavin Brown was voted with some 80% of the votes into the team of the century. The other candidates who just missed out were Lou Richards, Peter McKenna, Mick McGuire and Neil Mann, who are fantastic. And it's a limited edition of 150 prints signed by the living members of the team. 995 including framing, 450 unsigned, and to order 9473 4207 or go to the Collingwood website.
Where's the original?
Not too many left.
Where's the original?
I haven't actually seen the original. It's
You're
just
going to
been
auction it?
painted. We'll look at it. I don't know if we'll auction it. We might just put that up in our new Hall of Fame at Olympic Park.
Beautiful.
But then again, if we can get 40,000 or whatever, would you pay for it, Geelong? 40-something thousand. We could do that. We'll do it so long as they do what you did and donate it back to the club.
Is that it for Collingwood?
That's it. Let's move on. Well, it's been a big week, hasn't it?
No, it has. No, we genuinely have to cover
Oh,
all
don't
that.
worry. There'll be plenty in the papers tomorrow about it, so we may as well do it on our own show. Here we go. Carlton and St Kilda. Now, this is a big game. It's the battle for the potential wooden spoon now, no doubt about it. Glenn Manton's in the reserves, which is good to see. He's going to be playing at Shepley Oval in Dandenong. So Glenn's starting to make his way back into the side. The new players here, if they both play, are Callan Beesey, who's new, 20 years of age, recruited from Bendigo, under-18s via Swan Hill. Tall, mobile forward ruckman, who's strong overhead, they tell us. Ange Christou, by the way, is back. Has been in the last 5 weeks in the VFL. Justin Davies and Michael Mansfield. And Sean O'Keefe, who's 20 years of age from the Murray Bush Rangers. And if he is selected, O'Keefe, that means all 6 draft picks from 2000s will have played senior football. So Carlton have copped the belting over the years for not being able to do anything in the draft. There's 5 of their 6 so far, and possibly 6 of the 6. And certainly you'd think you'd get a run by the end of the year. By the way, Brett Ratton, the skipper, 5 weeks with torn ligaments in his thumb. Lance Whitnell for the season with an AC joint in the shoulder. Have a look at St Kilda. Talk about ins and outs. Harvey's out for the season. Clark, Del Santo and Maguire have been omitted. And been a big week for Maguire's, is it? Begley, Beethan, Callaghan, Davis, Houlihan, Hudson and Noble all come into the side. Rob Harvey, shoulder surgery today. And yesterday they announced the Saints will play 2 games in Launceston for the next 5 years, similar to what Hawthorn are doing at the moment. Trev?
That's pretty handy, actually. When Hawthorn go down, they could play a double header.
Richo, being a boy from?
I'm from Tassie, and that's just one of the worst jokes ever, Trev. It's been done a million times, mate. I'll
sorry,
tell you.
mate.
It's been
You're
done a
heading
million
the right
times. But I'll go
Hey,
for
mate,
the...
come on, give me 4.
Yeah, I've had them all over the years, Sam, those sort of jokes. But I'll go for the Saints. Carlton have got their best forward and best midfielder out this week, so I think the Saints might get a win.
Carlton haven't been beaten by St Kilda twice in a season since 1964.
Well, history's about to change, I think, Ed. I think looking at their list with Everett there and Thompson and Baker and Jones and Garrick and Lowe and Hamill and Haynes, Black, Cripps, there's some good players. Yeah, so I'm going St Kilda.
Yep. Definitely the best bet around St Kilda, easily.
Yeah?
Easily.
Best bet of the round.
And of course, Ed, men now down in Tasmania just going to family reunions to chat up women. That's happening down there with regular monotony. And of course, we're going for Carlton. I don't know, what you've made 2 ridiculous tips tonight.
Well, tell me, how can Carlton win? Who's going to kick their goals?
Well,
Cooter, what about his comeback?
Yeah, kick 3. Yeah.
Oh, don't mention him. The Doc's in trouble over
Yeah,
Cooter.
we better we'll take a break so we can get an ad break.
Is this the longest break ever we've done first up, Ed?
Just about.
Right.
And there you go. All right, so that game is at Colonial Stadium on Sunday at 2:10, Carlton and St Kilda. And of course, that'll be the match on Channel 9 from 4 o'clock. We will take a break and we'll come back with big news on Doc Larkin. He's received a please explain from the AFL. More on that after this.
Remember this.
People screaming, windows smashing.
The fire that destroyed the lives of 15 young backpackers.
They should not have died.
This man was convicted of murder. But that's not the end of the story.
15 people dead.
Now, the whole truth behind the Childers tragedy.
It was illegal.
Yes. Also, the greatest story ever told. The magic that's bringing our ancestors back to life. When Toyota presents 60 Minutes, Sunday.
Run in now to the final Hyundai Accent run out. How would you feel about getting into Australia's best small car from only $49 a week with deposit and 30% residual? Or from only $14,990 drive away, no more to pay? How would you feel about getting the car voted Australia's best small car 2 years in a row? How would you feel about getting the car named Australia's most affordable to own and run? Hurry, from only $49 a week, Hyundai Accent's running out fast.
Mars, free bars. 1 in 6 bars goes free.
AXA presents 9 News Finance Report. AXA, investments, insurance and superannuation.
The market's passed the dismal verdict on Macquarie Airport's Italian job. The partly paid securities plunging 25%. Macquarie Airports closed at 47 cents compared with their issue price of $1 just 3 months ago. The fall reflects the pricing of a non-renounceable rights issue seeking $645 million, the market doubting directors' valuations. Most stocks bounced though, the All Ords up 27.
This year, he will face Dane Walker, a new breed of terror. Wesley Snipes. Not know who you are messing with! Blade 2.
Buy low Dinkum dollars means Dinkum savings.
1 kilo Duo concentrate.
2 for $5.
400 gram Whiskers cat food.
4 for $3.
Buy low.
Extra value for you.
Triple M. Rock.
Show me what it's for. Make me understand it.
Sport. Sport.
52. Has he kicked a goal?
Sometimes Supergirl goes out for a coffee, and what I've discovered is sometimes that coffee is made of white wine.
Sport. Comedy. Triple M.
New Optus Business Edge gives you the advantage with off-peak mobile rates during business hours when you need them most. Just 10 cents for 30 seconds. To switch to Optus Business Edge,
Nothing beats the original. KFC's Original Fillet Burger. A real chicken breast fillet coated in the Colonel's secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices. Nothing beats the original.
Bars, free bars. 1 in 6 bars goes free.
Don't know if I want to mention any insurance companies at the moment, but Amy Stadium football park has been renamed for the next 5 years with another 5-year option, believed to be worth around $4 million over 5 years for South Australian football. So well done over there at Football Park, now known as Amy Stadium. Let's get on to the next game of the round. No, that's not. Let's go to Sam's mailbag.
This is from George. As you are my only access to Shane Crawford, the Hawthorn Football Club wouldn't give me Shane's mobile number, even though I'm a member. Could you please do me a huge favour? I'm getting married on the 20th of October this year, and I'd beg you to please ask Crawf if he'd be part of my bridal party. I'm tipping if Shane wants to be there, George, he'll be party to your bride. I don't think there's a big chance of that. I'm surprised you couldn't get his mobile phone from him.
Look, I'm sure Shane would want to, but he'd be probably representing Australia
we'll give
and
it
Ireland
out
at that stage.
Could we give your mobile number out?
Yeah, 04.
Now, last week I was lucky enough to get an invite to tackling bowel cancer. You know, the chat and chew they had down there, Ed? Well, we're working our way around the organs because the Australian Kidney Foundation and Renal Society... is that
renal? Yeah.
That's kidneys. Yeah. I thought it was rectal. Have asked me to their dinner dance in Adelaide. So I'll be over there for that, oh yeah. And speaking of inside bits, Ed, we've been sent this. Now, I know you think you hate this sort of stuff because it's really crass, but it's humorous. I'll bet you'll even get a giggle out of it. It involves this. It's fantastic. Just watch it. This has been sent to us. Oh. Now, this has been sent... Now, I know it's shocking. Lily and Frank there. I've got to get the microphone over its nether regions, Ed. If you look away now if you're not interested in this. This is sensational. Watch this. Now, this is... I'll just move that out of there. Shh. 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 Shh.
It looks like you're sniffing.
And Ed, actually, I didn't want to bring this out, but I will now. It came with that. That's what it... Now, you feel that, Ed? Oh. Feel that. Feel it, man.
I've been dealing with this all week. It's fantastic, isn't it? Jeez, it feels like it. It smells like it. It's the old gag.
So that's fantastic. And finally, Ed. Finally, Ed. Someone from the western suburbs in Sydney reckons I've got a 14-year-old son playing rugby out Penrith way.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was 14, that kid.
That's 14. He's looking a bit old, isn't he?
Yeah, well, mind you, Trev, I'm wondering, surprised you haven't come in earlier than this. No, he's getting to my age, I'm just creeping back to his.
Exactly.
Righto.
All right, let's move on. Essendon versus Geelong. Big game. Oh! Dustin Fletcher's back and the Bombers are fair income. Reynolds is omitted and Fletcher back from suspension for striking for 2 weeks. There's only 4,000 tickets available for this game. It's a ticket-only event. 7:10 start on Saturday night at Colonial Stadium. And the Cats are becoming the big draw cards all of a sudden. And interesting though, Cats were wanting saying how they're getting the big crowds. We're not getting any money at the moment, but that'll come for them. Geelong going beautifully. Time for the Cat fans, those who haven't signed up, to get on board because you'll need to get your finals tickets the way they're going. They need to win 3 more. Bombers need to win 4 more to book themselves some September action. And it's interesting that the Bombers have been in the top 8 for 81 consecutive weeks. It's like Elvis Presley, isn't it? From round 17, 1998 till now, they've been in the top 8. They could drop out if they get done by the Cats. Cats have brought back Enright and Foster. Sanderson's out with an ankle and Ling has been suspended.
Sorry, that by mistake. I hit that inadvertently. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it.
It's all right. Gary Ablett Jr. is the emergency in this game. Boys, well, last week the Bombers lost by 27 points to the West Coast over there, and Geelong were magnificent in beating Collingwood by 28 points at the G.
Yeah, Sheed sounded a little bit concerned after the game and even hinted that making the finals may be a difficult task for them. So I think with that doubt, I'm going to take Geelong on trust.
All right, and Geelong haven't won 7 games on the trot in the same season since 1991, rounds 11 to 19. Trev?
Yeah, no, going very nicely, Geelong. They're blooding some good new players down there.
Thank you. And have not beaten Essendon since 1998. Croft?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards Essendon. I think, going over to Perth's a pretty tough trip, but Geelong are playing very well, so I reckon this is going to be the bet of the game, a bet of the round with Essendon.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with Essendon. Sheeds did get fired up early in the week, Schwarter, so I think they'll get home. But must admit, Geelong have probably got the best young team in the league at the moment. They've done really well this year with their young players, but I'll stick with Essendon.
Sam, your side are playing with the verve and the vigour that you've demanded for the last 9 years on the Footy Show.
I wasn't quite sure that they're actually any good up until last week, Ed, when they beat your side with some fantastic football. And Essendon being fired up by Sheeds, are they? After 21 years, you reckon he can still say something that'll fire him up for you, Matthew?
I think he's still got a few little tricks up his sleeve.
Has he really?
Sam?
Well, no, I am actually genuinely going for the Cats, Ed, not through being patronising. As you know, I don't be patronising to Geelong, but I think last week they came of age, if you'll pardon the expression, that none of them are of age.
Of age, pretty much, but they were fantastic, no doubt about it. By the way, the Sunday Footy Show is on fire at the moment. You saw the exclusive last week with Nathan Buckley, and this week Dustin Fletcher, Jeff White and Brent Harvey are the special guests, along with Gary Lyon and his band of merry men. And then join me at midday. We have got a big look at Carlton's Corey McKernan, who's turned his season around. Then live from the Gabba at 1 o'clock, Widewater Sports brings you Brisbane and Sydney, which is a great game coming up, and we'll have a look at that in a few moments' time. And from Colonial at 4 o'clock, it's Carlton versus St Kilda. Before we look at that team, though, Brisbane and the Sydney Swans, let's have a look at the next one, and it is Adelaide versus the Western Bulldogs. This too, a match of huge significance because we're up to round 16 and the Bullies have just about got to win everything on the way home to make the finals, whereas Adelaide are in 4th position, obviously want to hang on to the top 4, and they need to win another 3 to make the finals. So everyone's starting to get into countdown mode at the moment. And for the Adelaide Crows, McLeod is back after the ankle, Stenglein back as well, Perry and Binky. Brent O'Reilly has been omitted from the Adelaide side. Being a Sunday game, there's still some players to be dropped out of the teams there. They defeated St Kilda by 18 points last Saturday night at Amy Stadium. Mark Stevens will play his 100th game. He played 21 with the Kangaroos. To the Bulldogs now. And Luke Penny, Nathan Saunders, Mitchell Hahn, Sam Power, Shane Burse are in. McGuinness and Cross are out. Sam Power is the 19-year-old Oakley under-18s player, brother of Brisbane's Luke, and was one of the players that was one of the most highly sought after in the draft. A great young fella too, And good luck to Sam. He's a tremendous young fella. And the Bulldogs, well, they were there. They had your boys, the Hawks, on the rack for a minute there, Croft, and then you ran wild. And the Hawks won by 23 points last week with Nathan Thompson. We'll talk about him later on, taking Mark of the Year, or one of them anyway. Coops was fantastic, and obviously Anthony Rocker early in the year. Bulldogs had you, and then you just steamrolled them.
Yeah, they just didn't convert when they needed to, but you know, before that they're playing brilliant. I reckon you look at guys like Darcy and Johnson. I think not only are they a chance for the Brownlow medal, but the way they're playing, you know, they're definitely a finals contender. Although, you know, last week stopped them in the tracks a little bit, but I think they're definitely going to be up there, and they travel really well. So I'm tipping an upset over in Adelaide.
Yeah,
Sorry, Richard.
I'll stick with you. I think Shane. I think the Bulldogs obviously need to win this week, or else it'll be pretty hard to make the finals. So, yeah, I think they might cause an upset as well.
Bulldogs haven't been beaten at Football Park against Adelaide since '95.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Bulldogs too. I saw them against the Hawks, Croft, and up until 10 minutes into the second quarter, they were pretty awesome. And I think Darcy and their big fella Bandy are really important, and I'm not sure whether Clark and McGregor can handle those two. So I think the big fellas for the Bulldogs will be the
difference. And Sam, some good news and some bad news for the Doggies. They were fined $15,000 for having the wrong socks and things, and that has been revoked after they have brought out the evidence. But a player has been fined, or the club has been fined for a player urinating in the race with the we think it was the umpires race at Colonial. They were fined $2,000 for that.
Libba.
Was it Libba?
Well, gee, I hope it was. I hope he's not a relation of Ken Hales. Or no, I don't know that it was Libba. Apparently, it wasn't. Apparently, him. Allegedly, it wasn't him.
Was it? I don't know. Anyway,
wasn't.
We believe it was.
Libba, I think.
Was.
It was. Yeah.
Well, Matthew Richardson said it was. Tony Liberatore. And then we're not going to raise funds for him. They're just going to piss it up against the wall. So anyhow, well, I think Adelaide might beat them now. I hope they won't. But yeah, the Dogs. Yep, the Dogs going for it. That's all right. That's enough of that now. No more than.
Just, I mean, not being, you know, I mean, no worries about the suspension or anything for Bucks, but what do you reckon, boys? You get a $2,000 fine for urinating, but you get 1 week for putting blood on a jumper. Is there anything there, or am I just...
No, but if you're in the race, that's fair enough.
Well, he could have walked 20 more metres up to the actual urinal, couldn't he?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing it in the race for.
And by the way, there's been, we believe, allegedly, that there have been players taking a leak in the huddles early in the game, which suggests that they don't because the cameras are on them.
Can they stop it? Because last week I fell in it. And no, it used to happen. It doesn't happen these days.
No. Well,
just stretching the hips.
All right, boys. Sam, your tip, Adelaide and the Bulldogs.
Well, I think Adelaide. I hope not, because we are strong down at the Western Bulldogs. But I think Adelaide might beat us.
Croft. All right. Enough of the schoolyard humour. Now, by the way, there have often been plenty of sharks circling Sam Newman, and today was no exception.
Nervous? Yeah. I reckon I'm not going to take the wetsuit off just at this stage. I've got the bicycle clips firmly wedged around the ankles.
Oh, look at that thing. God almighty, look at that. Here is something that looks like it's as big as a petrol tanker. That is just an amazing sight. I see Ron Evans over there. This must remind him of the AFL dealing with sharks. Oh, that's very humorous, Ron. Jacko doing some of your lines. There goes Alan Bond. Just sweeping by. Hello. Reminds me of Logie's night. What the hell am I doing? I'm like a turtle, I can't get myself up.
plenty of people have done that, Ed, but that is a fantastic experience. It's got nothing to do with football. No, Ron Ovens was there. He's the chairman of the board, isn't he?
Yeah, well, while you were there, of course, Sam was swimming with the Sharks at the Melbourne Aquarium this morning to promote the upcoming Walk to Cure Diabetes, organised by the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. It's on Sunday, October 20th in Victoria and South Australia, and the 13th, October 13th in WA. To register, you can call the number there, 1300 363 126. Now, 100,000 Australians have type 1 diabetes, and it is a real curse, there's no doubt, on society. The Walk for the Cure of Diabetes raised over $1.8 million nationally last year, and 60,000 people got involved. And it's a great walk. In Melbourne, it was around the Albert Park Lake and surrounds, and just raising money, a nice way to get out and have a bit of a stretch and walk around a beautiful part of the world. And as you said, Ron Evans is heavily involved. And there's more pictures in tomorrow's Herald Sun of Sam Newman swimming with the Sharks. Now, you were there with 3 grey nurses, which were 3 metres long. The first time. 7 gilled sharks and 6 black stingrays,
now, I'm quite
which are 200 kilograms each.
If you want someone to make you feel insignificant, which we all are, just step into a tank with, they're 11 feet long, those sharks, 3 metres, just about 11 feet, and I tell you what, just to have them brush by, they just like to touch your wetsuit. It is, well, awe-inspiring, but it makes you feel it makes you feel about that big on this planet.
When you got in, was there any safeguard? Does anyone have a spear gun or anything in case one of them got hungry?
No, I said, has anyone ever been attacked? They only get frisky if someone stuck a dead fish in one of the handlers' weight belt.
Oh, what a joke.
Yeah, and they smell the fish and they come round and they get a bit frisky, but they don't bite you apparently. But that shark that you saw open its jaws, Steph, the cameraman, got a fantastic shot. That can dislocate its mouth to take you, Ed. Take me, for example. But no, a fantastic experience, and if I can do that, you could take a walk in the park for the Diabetes Foundation.
Exactly. Sunday, October 20, Victoria and South Australia. Sunday, October 13 in WA. That number 1300 363 126. The Walk to Cure Diabetes. We're going to take a break. When we come back, a very rare experience. We're going to cross live to 2 coaches, Dennis Pagan and Mark Williams, standing side by side before the big game between the Kangaroos and the Port Power. That's next on The Footy Show.
Mars, free bars. 1 in 6 bars goes free.
Okay, let's go.
They're 3 friends.
Jump!
And they're on the prowl. Whoops. When they're on the loose, no man is safe. Cameron Diaz, The Sweetest Thing, at cinemas July 25.
Oh. Jan? Jan? Where's our ad in the Yellow Pages directory?
Keep calm. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10.
Not happy, Jan!
Officeworks huge furniture savings. This work centre save $150. This bookcase save $100. And huge reductions on selected chairs. Officeworks huge furniture savings. On now.
Bishop does the shielding from behind, and no doubt Danny Frawley has seen that through the week, so we'll see what they come up with. They did very well last week. The Tigers have got a bevy of their footers, all of them detention stars. Well, they have good playing 10% through the week. They really believe that they are ready to take it and because they're a much more seasoned side, and the veterans in Campbell and Richardson and Knights and so on, they've got a pretty good side. I think there'll be plenty of...
If you're not going to turn up, why should we?
Philo Dinkum Dollars means Dinkum Savings.
2 litre Tarak soft drink.
$1.
500-gram Eater 5-star spread.
$1.
Buy low.
Extra value for you.
Bars, free bars. 1 in 6 bars goes free.
How would you feel about getting the powerful 1.8 Hyundai Elantra from only $69 a week with deposit and 30% residual? Or from only $19,990 drive away with air? The feature-packed Elantra. Hurry, from only $69 a week, you'll be happy too.
Deep underwater, science is trying to save mankind.
Wow. Pretty scary stuff, huh?
But playing God has made the food chain smarter.
Tell me what that is.
So before they can save millions of lives, they'll have to save their own. For the first time on network television, starring Samuel L. Jackson.
We're gonna find a way to get out of here.
Not a chance. Oh my God.
Your deepest fears will surface.
Yes.
Deep Blue Sea premieres 8:30 Sunday on 9.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Another big game, and it is, because Port Adelaide on top of the ladder, and of course the Kangaroos have never been beaten by Port Adelaide, and not only that, but the Kangaroos got a home game at Optus Oval, so don't get lost, Kangaroo fans. You've got to go to Optus Oval this week to see the top of the ladder, Port Adelaide, and the Kangas are 9th, 8 wins and 7 losses, just knocking on the door of the 8 as usual. And joining us tonight, standing next to each other in downtown Moonee Ponds Junction, are the coaches of the respective sides, Dennis Pagan and Mark Williams. G'day, fellas. Dennis, I better ask you first, mate. Why are we together on a Thursday night?
Well, it's the launch of Mondo Apartments, a high-rise 17-storey development in Moonee Ponds, 30 metres from Puckle Street, developed by the Cellcorp Group, and the Star Estates are handling all the sales and promotions of the place. So it's a very exciting venture for all those who live in Moonee Ponds, and I certainly live in Moonee Ponds, Ed, and glad to be part of it tonight, and my son also works for Star Estates.
That's the way. Well, Ryan is involved with Star Estates, and it's a 17-storey building, which is the tallest outside the inner Melbourne area out in Moonee Ponds.
I've got a feeling, Mark, you don't live in Moonee Ponds. What are you doing there?
One day I might live here. No, Ryan and Dennis both asked me to come down here, and we thought we'd have a bit of a chat, find out how we might actually beat the Kangaroos. First time in 9 tries.
Well, Mark, we've certainly got a good side there, Mark, and there won't be anything in it, mate, at the finish, I can tell you.
Yeah, we're going in as underdogs, you know that, Dennis.
Yeah, I love that too.
This is going beautiful here. We'll just let you go for a minute, boys. Mark, you did mention you've lost all 8 games against the Kangaroos, and you've been like the Leyland brothers, 2 at Footy Park, 2 at the MCG, 2 at Monica, 1 at the SCG, and 1 at Optus, and you're back at Optus this week. But you got out of jail last week, and we've got some vision here of Mark Williams. This is when Jared Polton's having the shot after the siren against the Sydney Swans. Have a look at Mark. He's not even watching at this stage. He's just looking up, looking up. Let's hear the vision.
What a win! Mark Choco Williams, ecstasy with the Port Adelaide boys.
And Mark, you look remarkably composed there, but I saw a bit of a grin just creep across your face. Talk about getting out of jail. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was just like sitting watching the bus, waiting for the bus at the bus station, Dennis.
Which coach said that, Mark?
Oh, you did. You told me about that.
Anthony Landry.
I learned a lot from Dennis. Listen, I knew Jared was a good kick. I was checking to see if he was kicking into the wind, but honestly, it was a great effort. I'd really given up on the side, and the players just kept going and found a way to win, and fantastic.
Jeff?
Well, it's amazing, actually. Polton becomes the 4th person to win with a kick after the siren this year. We've had Jeff Farmer, we've had Peter Riccardi, and we had the umpire in the Roos Swans game.
Yes.
Good one, Trev.
Now, Mark, just on a slightly more serious note, you must have been a bit edgy about the condition of Matthew Primus after Barry Hall tangled with his face.
Look, it's always a little bit of a worry, but Matthew come out of it no worries at all, and I'm sure he'll be right to play this week.
All right, well, let's have a look at the teams, and Dennis, we'll come back to you in a moment to talk about Lee Cole, but the Kangaroos have named only one change. Mark Porter has been omitted, and Shannon Grant comes back into the side. Let's have a look at the Kangaroos side. And the Kangas last week, as we said, defeated Fremantle by 1 point at Manuka Oval. Another tight game. I mean, both these sides virtually won to the last kick of the game. The Kangas, although not last kick, they actually got in front and wound the clock back for about 25 minutes. It was a fantastic effort. Kangaroos have been involved in 9 games this season that have been decided by 15 points or less for 5 wins and 4 losses. Let's have a look at the Port Adelaide side now. And Port, as we said, got over the line by the last kick of the day to win by 2 points. Are on top of the ladder, 12 wins, which means Port Adelaide are the first team to be qualified for the finals. 12 wins just about get you there, and they have got those 12 wins on the board. So well done to Mark Williams there. The changes, Burgoyne was rubbed out for a week for charging. Cassisi has been omitted. Milestones, Matthew Primus plays his 100th AFL match for Port Adelaide, 20 with Fitzroy as well. Brent Guerra and Michael Stevens come back in for Port Adelaide, so they just get stronger and stronger. As we go back to Dennis, we're going to show some vision here of Lee Colbert getting injured, and then all of a sudden he's back at training this week. It looked like he was going to be out for the season pretty much.
Well, it was, Ed, and it was a nasty report on Saturday night. As the next couple of days rolled on, he came good and went and saw the specialist, and specialist cleared him to play, and we're all over the moon about it because he's had a wonderful year for us and really played a significant part in our defence.
Dennis, I'm going to risk this question. One of the greatest pieces of speculation about football is indirectly to do with you, is where your ex-captain will finish up next year. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Really haven't thought a lot about it, Sam, and it is probably a bit premature yet. A lot of water to go under the bridge, and I doubt whether Wayne has made his mind up yet, and I'm sure he'd perhaps speak to a few more suitors and perhaps analyse the scenarios and make his choice a bit further down the track.
But he won't be speaking to you.
He did. I spoke to him last week actually, and we didn't talk about anything where he's going to play next year.
And how was he, Dennis? Just, I mean, without divulging his frame of mind, we heard from Peter Schwab that he seemed to be really on the up and up.
Yeah, I think he's going forward now, and that's a positive thing, and we hope he does and gets back into mainstream life, Eddie. It'd be a shame if we didn't see the real Wayne Carey finish his football off on a good note.
And Mark, just while you're there, the 12 wins, you've qualified now for the finals pretty much. Must be a great feeling to have that out of the way. Now you can really consolidate your top spot.
Yeah, no, it's a great achievement to be there at the end of round 15, but now we've got a lot of hard work in front of us. We've got to set ourselves up for the run into the finals and look forward to really performing in the finals.
All right, well, boys, just before we let you go there, back to the cocktail party at Mondo Apartments in Puckle Street, or near Puckle Street in Moonee Ponds. Dennis, you have got a very big function coming up for Anthony Stevens, your captain.
Yes, Ed, thanks for that. It is Anthony Stevens' testimonial cocktail party on the 24th of August. At the Crown Casino. We want to see as many of our Kangaroo supporters there, all football followers, and I think everyone will agree that Anthony's been a great ambassador for the Kangaroos and football, full stop.
No doubt about that, fellas. Anthony Stevens' testimony. I don't think there'll be much room. You want to book that quickly down at the Kangaroos. Thanks very much to Mark Williams and Dennis Pagan for joining us tonight on the Footy Show. Good on you, fellas. Good luck on the weekend. Quick tips, boys.
Yeah.
Kangas versus Port.
Yeah, I think Port will consolidate top spot on the ladder with Warren Treadray, probably the best forward in the competition at the moment.
They've made the finals. They don't care anymore, so the Kangaroos will win.
A battle around the packs. A really good midfield battle, I think, is going to happen on the weekend, Sam, and I'm going to take the Kangaroos.
I tell you what, David, we're going to record this. You haven't tipped a winner tonight. The cockiness and the smugness and the arrogance doesn't wear off overnight, Ed, and the Port power just rolling on.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, this is a big one because our great mate Schwarter is very much to the fore in this one. Now, Schwarter, there's going to be a lap of honour for you, and you're going to do it with your mum, Mary.
Yep, Mares is going to be in the car with me, so she's not going to drive. No, she's a shocker. But no, we'll just go in the back of the car and say goodbye to all the Melbourne people that turn up, and also Hawthorn, because I followed them for 15 years as a kid.
Did you? Now, what's you think you've had a couple of weeks now to get over the sort of emotion of it all, but to say goodbye, and it's a significant. It's Melbourne's 1000th game at the MCG, so it's a big day and a big night that night with a big club function. So it's a lot of emotion for you, I presume.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be tough on the day, but it's it's a good chance for me to thank everybody that's helped me get through the last 10 or 12 years, and from the supporters to the club officials to the players, and I'll be speaking to the players before they go out in the ground, and it'll be a day I probably won't forget.
All right, well, let's have a look at the team. Melbourne going beautifully at the moment, 9 wins and 6 losses. And, well, they were fantastic, 43-point victors. David Neitz kicked 9 goals, 2. He has been on fire. He has kicked 24 goals, 9 in his last 4. He's kicked 16 in his last 2, and he's on top of the goal kicking with 47 goals. He hasn't looked back since you retired, Schwarter. He's been fantastic. Simon Godfrey's in. Luke Williams is out with a hairline fracture of the jaw. He's out for 4 weeks. They're up against the Hawks, and just when everybody had ruled them out, the Hawks are back. Clark's a bit stiff. He played pretty well last week, Croft, but Leckis is back. Former Victorian player there. Shane Crawford has had the 3rd most disposals in the league, averaging 25. He's also kicked 17 goals, 12 for the season, the 3rd most goals for Hawthorn, and he has been leading from the front. Captain Courageous. As I said, it's Melbourne's 1,000th game. They've got a 54% winning record at the MCG, and Hawthorn's Luke Hodge was the AFL Rising Star nominee. Crawf, you have got 8 wins. You need 4 more with 7 rounds to go to make the finals.
We probably need a few more, Ed. Our percentage isn't great, but Melbourne are in great form, and if we're going to be in the finals, we've got to beat them on the weekend. But to Schwarter, well done on a great career. Fantastic by you, and but I hope you lose on the weekend. I think we can win if we keep the same attitude we've had in the last few weeks. So that's certainly going to be the key.
Schwarter, you can now, as a member of the media, give a tip without worrying about club loyalties.
Yeah, look, I think Nietzsche's probably the best forward in the comp at the moment. He's on fire, and I just hope that the players can go out there and put on a sterling performance, and we can go back to the testimonial dinner afterwards and enjoy our night. But look, the boys have really primed themselves for this match. We had a great encounter in round 1, and I know that Hawthorn hit us really hard in the second half of that game, and we by no means do we underestimate Hawthorn, but we'll be going out there to belt them all over the park.
Melbourne won by 26 points in round 1.
Yeah, I think Melbourne will win as well with the significance of the day, and well done, Schwarter. I hope it's a big day for you, mate, and I think that'll get Melbourne across the line. They'll be pretty fired up.
Will we be able to film David's speech to the players, Ed, before the game, or is that not our
There's
game?
A Channel 10 game.
Channel 10? Oh, maybe we won't be able to do that then.
No.
Probably not. And there's the 5th side you've picked, 5th incorrect tip you've had tonight. Hawthorn will beat the Demons, David. That's 5. You've dead set tipped 5 losers tonight so far.
We'll see.
All right,
what are you grinning for? What are you trying to pick losers?
No, there's only one loser I can see.
Why don't you
By the way, Hawthorn celebrated a sensational mark taken by Nathan Thompson last week. Have we got it there? Have we got it? Yeah, let's have a look at here's the print. Oh, hello. Where are we going? All over the place here. We've got the still. There we go. 100 signed editions only. Comes with certificate of authenticity. Costs $249, and you can call Hawthorn on this number, 9816 2211, or go to the Hawthorn website. There you see it on the screen. $249, signed by Nathan Thompson. And the Hawks are claiming it's the mark of the year.
Can't we? We're not allowed to show that, or we don't show vision. Is that why we're not showing the actual mark?
I thought we were going to show
it. Or is it 10's vision? Can't we put
ours.
10 over the top?
No, it was
ours.
ours.
It was ours, was it?
It was ours.
Maybe Current Affair have taken it and won't let us. They're going to show it.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, anyway.
Gee, we're going to box them up when we get off.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Now, Crawf,
good mark.
on a serious, not a serious note, on a sad note, because one of the greats of AFL football, not only as a player but as a person around the Hawthorn Football Club, a former best and fairest, Andy Angwin passed away this week.
Yeah, his funeral was today, and Andy Angwin was the heart and soul of the Hawthorn Football Club. He was the first person you'd see when you'd walk through to training, and he was a great man. I think it was 62 years of service to the football club, which is just unheard of these days. So to Andy, rest in peace. He was a great man and very sadly missed.
Played 75 games, was the 1940 best and fairest. He was 83 years of age when he passed away on Monday, survived by his wife of 46 years, Yvonne, and 4 children, Lawrence, Kevin, Brendan, Helen. Our sympathies with everyone from the Angwin family. And as we go to the break, we pay tribute to a tremendous servant of AFL football in Andy Angwin of Hawthorn.
Well, I've been here since 1937. I come here and started as a player with the reserves, then played with the seniors, and played 78 games, I think, with the first, and done my knee against Richmond. Well, then you was finished when you done your knee in those days. And in 1940, I won the club's best and fairest, and I was runner-up the next 2 years. And anyway, one day I came over and Ron Crook said, he was president at the time, he said, "We've had a bit of bad luck, Andy." And I said, "What's that, Ron?" He said, "The property steward dropped dead. It was on the Wednesday." And I said, "Oh, gosh, that's bad luck." He said, "Do you think you can manage to take over?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll do it for you." I didn't want the bloody job, but I'm still doing it.
Look, he's just going to be sadly missed because he's a unique person. He's a guy who's just been around here for, well, as he said, 60-odd years, and from a different era.
It's hard to imagine sort of the club being there without him, because as you walk in, he's the first face that you see, and he hands you your gear, you jump for the night. So it's a sad day for Hawthorn, and sort of sad day for all those who knew him.
You can't put a monetary figure on that type of service from that type of person. A phenomenal character, just a brilliant person and a beautiful man.
He's been sleeping with the drug dealer's daughter.
My father likes you. You could work for him.
Wednesday on Young Lions.
He shot a car.
You were drunk as a skunk.
Bottom line is your bet.
Good cop or bad cop?
We're not old mates. We never will be.
First, they'll have to trust each other.
So this isn't something personal between you and Eddie?
There was a crime covered up at this station. You're going to let me investigate?
Are you threatening me now? Of all the people talking about conspiracy and corruption, I'm surprised at you. Be careful who you sling mud at.
Young Lions, 8:30 Wednesday on 9.
How does Matt surf when there's no surf? The all-wheel drive Hyundai Santa Fe. With exhilarating performance off and on the road. The all-wheel drive Hyundai Santa Fe from $29,990.
How's the surf?
The best ever.
Ah, so where's your board?
One man will blow you away.
Sorry.
He's invincible. He's insatiable.
Her Majesty the Queen.
You is much fitter than you look in them coins.
He's irresistible.
I want you to rub oil into my breasts and my batty crease.
Get ready
Unlucky.
to hang with Ali G.
They love you. Wicked.
Ali G in the house.
Now showing at cinemas everywhere.
New Optus Business Edge gives you the advantage with off-peak mobile rates during business hours when you need them most. Just 10 cents for 30 seconds. To switch to Optus Business Edge.
Get more with Coles Bonus Buys. Nana's Bonus Snack Pies 6-pack for $2.29 each. That's a bonus 50% extra. And Kraft Singles Cheese Slices, 32 slices for $3.99 each. That's a bonus 8 slices free.
If you have a car that's a bit unusual, you could find insurance hard to come by. But at Shannon's, we know what they are, even goggamobiles.
It's the dark.
And we know what they're worth.
A pretty penny.
Shannon's Insurance shares the passion with car enthusiasts.
Aye, and they give agreed value, choice of repairer, lifetime maximum, no claim bonus protection.
So call Shannon's for a special quote on your special vehicle.
1300 139 006.
Welcome back to Bullets Stadium. We're here courtside with John Hickson. John, how does it feel to break the all-time record?
Yeah, great, yeah.
And are you going to stay with the Bullocks?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And finally, John, my breasts would like to know, what are your ambitions for next year?
Zones, get a fresh mouth.
What do you want?
Madam Longshanks, it's the champions of Essendon. I just can't decide who to pick as the all-time Bomber champion.
What do you think?
The Champions of Essendon is your chance to tell us who you think the all-time champions of our great club are.
I see. Michael Long. Hang on. Aha!
Place your vote each week on the Essendon Football Club website or by calling 1902 245 049. Choose wisely.
The Footy Show's happy season proudly brought to you by Hyundai and Mars Free Bars. 1 in 6 bars goes free.
I know what you're thinking. I'm sticking up for Nathan Buckley because I'm a friend of Eddie's. And I'm sticking up for Eddie because I'm a friend of Eddie's. Nothing could be further from the truth. Just so you don't misconstrue the situation, we've come to completely neutral territory to discuss with the punters what's going on. Broadmeadows. Doesn't Eddie come from Broadmeadows? How are you, mate?
Sammy, how you going, buddy?
All right, mate. Yeah,
Oh, good, yeah. Not too bad.
And what have we rented this uniform, have we? What are you?
Yeah, rented it, yeah.
What are you?
Baker.
You're a baker,
Yeah, for Baker's Delight. There's Harry over there, that's me boss.
Got too close to the plunger with the old choppers there, mate?
Don't show them, will you?
Oh, no, we wouldn't show him. Just get a close-up of those
Oh,
teeth.
Jesus Christ.
No, and that's a personal hello to you, Eddie, from the baker. When you start bleeding and you wipe a bit on the jumper and, you know...
I don't know anything about footy, man.
No, but just in principle, if you start bleeding and you wipe it on someone else's jumper, do you think
man.
that's fair?
Not
And-
at all.
No, what
I
do you
don't
think?
reckon it's fair. I reckon we should get a suspension.
What's that, sir?
That's dirty, mate.
Is it?
Yeah, that's dirty, mate.
So what do you think, Nathan?
They only do that sort of thing in Carlton.
Yeah, what would you have given him?
I'd give it in 5 weeks.
Yeah,
And a
where
fine
would
of
that leave?
10,000.
Where would that leave Barry Hall, who was into the eye gouging?
Well, it'd be the same.
So you reckon wiping your blood on someone's jumper is the same as eye gouging?
Well, the danger is so more great than the gouging.
Oh yeah, because if you lost the vision in one eye,
yeah, well,
that'd be much
if
more.
It happened, it would have, yeah.
Wouldn't be as dangerous as wiping your blood on someone, sir. When's the last time you saw a bit of blood being wiped onto someone's clothing here in the shopping centre? Just in the queue for the pastries or the bread or something?
in the queue for the pastries and the bread.
You didn't see Nathan smear the blood onto the jumper of Ling.
I seen it on TV.
You've seen it on
But
TV?
I seen what Ling done to him too.
You've seen that too?
Yeah.
What did he do?
It was a bit dirty, mate. Can't go using your elbows, mate.
Yeah.
That's cheap shit.
What are you wearing this summer as a matter of interest?
This summer?
Yeah, what do you wear?
You mean?
Yeah, no, in the summer, what do you
In
wear?
the summer, shorts, mate. I got my shorts on underneath. Do you want to see 'em?
You got the shorts underneath the jeans?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got me shorts.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. Yeah, no, it's a good look too. Nice pair of pins.
And if he, he's a high qualified AFL player, and he goes and does that, what's that supposed to set for an example for the young fellas?
So you follow the example of footballers, do you, in your normal life? Role models?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just seen one of my role models outside there.
Yeah, what, is he parole officer? Who was it? Roden. Was he out there?
Yeah, didn't you see him out there?
Did I see him out there?
Nah, he started trying to dodge you.
How's your bodily functions?
How's my bodily function? Sir, going beautifully.
All right, thanks.
How are you?
All right, thank you very much.
No, I was talking to the dog. Yeah, the blood rules a bit overdone. Has anyone ever caught
He should
anything?
have got 10 weeks, he should have got. Buckley.
Yeah, for what again?
For what did he do? Did he wipe some blood on some Geelong bloke's jumper, didn't he?
Let's just say for being Nathan
Jesus,
Buckley,
mate,
man.
you're bloody tall. What is, I want a box to look at you.
And thank you, a free advertisement from the Dental Association of Australia. Give us another, just a big grin there, sir, just to...
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, good one. Thanks, buddy. Good one.
Enjoy yourself out in Broady, mate?
Yeah, no, that is, I tell you what, we're gradually working through them. Ed, Sunshine. Where was the other joint? St Albans.
Yeah.
Sammy, do you take security guards out with you?
Do we take a busload of them? They're sprinkled everywhere.
Ah, they love it out
No,
there.
they do. They
Trev?
love it.
Yeah, but Sammy, I still don't understand why he wiped it on Ling's jumper. I mean, why didn't he do it the usual way? Wait for Eddie to come down and wipe it off with a hanky and a bit of spit.
All right, let's move to the next game. Fremantle versus the West Coast Eagles. And before we go to the teams and our special guests tonight, have a look at Fremantle at training this week. They had a 20-minute training session along the Cappuccino Strip in Fremantle. There's Matthew Pevlich, here's all the kids, and they got out into the street and they're really promoting the club. There's no doubt about it, the Fremantle Dockers, and it's great to see. And as a result, they have got for the big derby this weekend against the West Coast Eagles. A capacity crowd of 43,000 is expected. It's been sold out, and the previous best was 39,000. Of course, Subi has been extended. I mean, both these teams were pretty ordinary last year. Now both of them are going pretty well, and that's why we cross now to Billy Brownless and to further show how keen they are to promote the game. The Fremantle Dockers have actually flown Billy Brownless to Perth tonight to promote the game. So, Billy, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Local derby, number 16 over here, and we're at the Paddington Ale House Hotel, and it is the first time ever there's been a sold-out crowd for a Fremantle home game, so they're pumped out here. And I've got a couple of players with me, Trent Crode, of course, from Fremantle, and David Warapunda from the West Coast Eagles. Now, Crody, you were absolutely smashed 2 weeks ago, and concussion, you're back in this week.
Yeah, it was, I got smashed last week, but yeah, it's good. I had a good week on the track, and yeah, can't wait to play.
And tell us about training down the Cappuccino Strip there. How did all that go, mate?
Yeah, it was a bit of a PR exercise, and we just did a few drills down in the main street, and then all the local people followed us to training, and it was a huge day. It was great.
Had about 2,000 there at training, Ed, and I think I'm back on the wheel there. There's plenty of ferals here, but we've got David Warapunda. Now, Dave, the 7th year you've been here, what does the local derby mean to between you guys, between Freo and West Coast?
It's absolutely huge, and I think even if you're buried for another team, everyone's in home over here watching the derby and either going for each side, either Fremantle or West Coast. So it's absolutely huge. And
yep. You've had a great year, 9 and 6 this year. It's an unbelievable year for you blokes. Yes, Ed.
Yeah, just don't watch out, mate.
I'm still there. I nearly lost the strides, but that's all right.
Trev,
9 and 6.
We'll tell you what it looks like, Bill. You probably haven't seen it for 15 years yourself.
No, mate. Tell you what, a couple of Shields did they dive at it, but it gets back. Get back. Jeez. And we have a very, very special guest here. Of course, there'd be no cross to Perth without one of the great champions over here. Who wants to be a millionaire? Christopher, welcome, and Eddie.
Hi everyone. Yeah, Billy, I hope these all aren't for you because I'm not that happy with the AC/DC look, the starters, but that anchor looks like it's off the HMS Nottingham.
Hey, what about this, Eddie and Sam? I think he's found one. I think he's found a girl. Is this?
No, this is the lovely Alice, my companion for tonight, but you'll be delighted to know, Sam, women are stopping me on the street all the time. In fact, this very day. The problem is that they're triple my age, a bit like you.
And with the 250,000 you won, how much have you got left there, mate?
Well, it's running at about 180,000 at the moment, so I'm, using it step by step and bit by bit.
Jeez, and how's your good old mum?
He's spending 100.
She's all right.
You spent 180,000 in a month, Christopher. What have you done with it?
What have I done with it? Well, you spend $250,000 a week, Ed, so you should stop talking.
Trev?
180,000. You think he'd go out and buy himself some clothes, maybe?
Well, I told you that they're triple my age. That's what I'm wearing the bloody cardigan for.
Hey, Christopher, how did you go on the Channel 7 show?
Now, do you expect me to tell you that?
Haven't you been on yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
But as I said, no.
Hey, what about when you go over to London and the Premier here from WA? Guess where he's going to go when he goes to London, Ed? You tell him, Chris.
Yeah, number 10 Downing Street, because Jeff Gallop and Tony Blair are very good friends from their days at Oxford.
Oh, okay.
So I may be going into Channel 10, number 10, Channel 10. You know a bit about that.
Well, mate, we'll make sure we talk to you when you get over there. We might do a live cross. One final question from Sammy.
Bill ask, David, Warapunda has the mood of Fremantle and the crowd got behind them since they're having a little more success. Is we more vibrant over there?
Sam just asked you, David, they're not mic'd up, but he said you've had a great year and everything's going well over here at the Eagles.
Yeah, so far so good, Sam. Everyone's kind of had and ahhing about us before the season. We've gone okay, and Woosh has got a good game plan. He's very good with his communication with the players. And I think with what we've done so far, it's a credit to Woosher and the coaching staff. So
there you go, Sam.
Stay there, Billy. Think of one more question for each of the boys. We'll have a look at the teams. By the way, just on that, Sam, as we whack the teams up, the West Coast Eagles have got a bigger attendance. As we whack the teams up, the West Coast Eagles have actually got the biggest attendance that they've ever had, even better than 10 years ago when they won the flag. So they are flying at the moment. Let's have a look at the Fremantle Dockers. Crode and Seagate. Fuster has been omitted and Haynes broke his leg, so he's out for 4 weeks there, so bad luck there for Daniel Haynes. The Fremantle Dockers, well, they're 12th on the ladder, 6 wins and 9 losses, and if they're going to make it, they're going to have to win just about everything on the way home, and it would be a big start if they can do it against the West Coast Eagles, who have not been beaten at Subiaco this year. Coasters only need 3 more wins to make the finals. They're 7th on the ladder at the moment. Michael Pryor plays his first game since round 7 last year when he injured his knee and required a reconstruction, so well done to Michael Pryor, great to see him back. David Haynes is back. Peter Matera out for 3 weeks with a calf injury. Andrew Embley has been omitted. Boys, quick tips, and I mean quick.
Yeah,
go.
West Coast.
Fremantle with Trent Crode leading the way.
Fremantle.
You're doing that on purpose. West Coast, and don't tumble in for ignorance, Ed. It's called the Derby, it's called Albany, and it's H.
Rather than Albany, H,
and Derby.
And Derby.
There's no substitute for ignorance, Ed. That's the only way to say those 3 particular pieces of grammar.
What do you call the race in Kentucky?
Kentucky.
The Kentucky Derby.
Okay. Billy, you got a last question?
Yes, no, that's about it, boys, but obviously a big one. It's great for the Fremantle people to have a sellout crowd for the first time.
Yeah, it's great. It'll be a huge day for us, and hopefully we can have a win.
You get over the line?
I hope so.
Good on you. Wara, you and Jeff Farmer will play on each other, you'll shake hands, and then you won't see each other for the rest of the day.
yeah, exactly. He's one of my favourite players. I love Jeff, but when it's the derby on, you know, even if it was my brother, we'll be smashing.
He's going to smash him there, his brother. And Chris, yes? There must be something out there for you.
Well, indeed. And Sam, if you want to talk about ignorance, you come out and do street talk down my way. Rivervale, home of champions here in Perth.
We've just about covered every ignorant spot in Perth. Thank you very much. You leave it to us, mate.
Good on you, mate. Thanks, Christopher. Thanks, Billy. Thanks to the boys over there, Crody and Wirra. And good luck for what will be a fantastic derby or derby, depending which side of the country you're on. Good on you, Billy. And as we go to the break, our next guest, by the way, we've got Almost Footy legends Anthony Mundine live in the studio in a few moments' time to talk about the fight against Lester Ellis. Speaking of champion Aboriginals, we have got the kids from Clontarf College. That's the football academy in WA. There they are. And the fellas are over. They played last week, the curtain raiser, against Xavier College, one of the top sides in Melbourne, and were done by 1 goal. And they play Parade College tomorrow and then return home on Saturday. The boys from WA, they're coached by Jared Neesham, and it's fantastic to see the boys. So go on, boys, up you get one more time. Way you go as we go to the break.
How would you feel about getting into the exhilarating Santa Fe all-wheel drive? From only $99 a week with deposit and 30% residual, or from only $29,990 drive away with air. Hyundai Santa Fe. Hurry, from only $99 a week, you'll be happy too.
Australian Unity Smart Start. Who's looking after you?
At Red Rooster, $3.95 gets you a great deal every day. Thursday, a tropical pack. Friday, a chicken roll and chips. Saturday, quarter chicken and chips. And Sunday, a bacon burger and chips. $3.95 everyday deals, but only at Red Rooster.
Officeworks huge furniture savings. This work centre save $150. This bookcase save $100. And huge reductions on selected chairs. Officeworks huge furniture savings. On now.
Next time you visit your local Coles,
Look out for a change we've made. These.
you'll find hundreds of them right across the store.
So, what does everyday low price mean?
Well, it means extra savings more often. Because all these quality everyday low price products
Are at great value prices every day.
So when you notice a change here,
You'll also notice the change here.
Red Hot Chili Peppers are heading back to Australia. Live on their By the Way World Tour. Don't miss the #1 band in the world today. Get your tickets now for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
My kiss! It's brilliant. It's powerful. It's from Duck. Duck Active Liquid combines concentrated liquid with a unique dispenser that cleans, foams and freshens with every flush. Duck Active Liquid.
Can I help you there?
Thanks.
Australian Unity Smart Start. Who's looking after you?
Tuesday, in the seductive world of a supermodel, beauty is cheap. Yesterday she was hot property, today she's disposable. And it's time to take out the trash. Now, a glamour girl is dead on the streets, but who led her to the slaughter?
for every piece of meat there has to be a butcher.
Who has a terrible secret?
What did she steal from you?
My life.
And who will get hurt? Finding out the truth. CSI, 8:30 Tuesday on 9.
Coldstream, we start off tonight and we see some great work out of the middle by the Eastern Rover. We see him take the ball here, only problem is he's going the wrong way. He kicks long and the opposition full forward marks, plays on and kicks a goal. Very nice stuff. Now we go to Rockbank versus Macedon. We see the full forward run into the goalpost. Oh, but don't worry, the goalpost is okay. St Justin's Auskick Wheelers Hill. We see the ball into the man on the mark.
Or the girl.
Another look. And there we go. Excellent stuff. Our winners for this week: L. Rankin of Coronia, P. Malloy of Rockbank, and P. Deegan of North Dandenong. It's a hard choice tonight, audience. What do you think? I think it's between 2 or 3. Number 2. Number 3 wins the cash from Wizard Home Loans and goes into the running for the fabulous Hyundai.
On Almost Football Legends, all 3 shown will receive $500 cash from our friends at Wizard. Our weekly winner will enjoy a Hoyt's Gold Pass for 2, which enables you and a friend to see a movie every day of the year, valued at $4,000. The major prize is the magnificent Hyundai Santa Fe, featuring constant all-wheel drive, powerful V6 engine, alloy wheels, air conditioning, and a 6-speaker CD, valued at $35,000. Fly with the big men on Almost Football Legends.
And how would you win that Hyundai? Send them in to Almost Football Legends, PO Box 800 Richmond 3121.
Good on you, Trev, and some young champions there. We have got a young champion in the audience tonight. His name is Jess Silver. He's 14 years of age, and we've got some vision. There he is, Jess. He's in the blue and white stripes. So let's have a look at Jess in action, because last week he kicked with this kick. It looks pretty tight angle, got the goal, cheered off the ground because he kicked his 101st goal in just 12 games when he kicked 8 for Broadford under 15s. At half-time, Jess had only 2 goals, but then decided to have a real go and kick 5 in the third quarter. His 100th goal came late in the third quarter. And Jess, congratulations, mate. You're going pretty well. Jess, now 14 years of age, you go to Assumption College and you're playing in the first 18 with the boys who are 17, 18 years of age.
Yeah, I made my debut a couple of weeks ago now, and boys have got a big game tomorrow.
Who are you playing tomorrow?
Pegs.
Yeah,
Essen.
Essen and Grammar.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, 14 years of age. How'd you go in your games for Assumption in the big league, the first 18s?
In the game that I debuted in, I kicked 2 goals in the last quarter. I played in the Year 9 team against Mentone, and then Mr. Carroll asked me to come over and sit on the bench. Yeah.
Now, who's your favourite player? I mean, Croft's an old Assumption boy.
Yeah, I said Croft, and I barracked for Carlton, Anthony Koutafidi, so.
Yeah, good stuff there. Croft, you'd be happy with the young fella, mate, kicking all the goals for Assumption?
Yeah, keep it up and we'll get you down to Hawthorn pretty soon. So.
It's very hard to tell, Jess, sitting down, but are you extraordinarily big for your age?
Stand up, mate.
How tall are you?
5'10", I think.
Yeah, so it's not too bad, but yeah. Well, mate,
pretty solid for 14.
Yeah, and you're looking
looks good in those colours.
Yeah, I think need a bit of darker stripe there. And his old man Ralph next to him, I used to play tennis with his old man once upon a time. The old Broady boy, Ralphie. So, mate, you must be pretty happy with the son, the way he's going.
Yeah, at least he's a winner, Ed. You beat me in the final once at St Dominic, so I better put that in.
It's not true.
Yeah, there, mate.
But you had your family there, so they were sort of cheering in the background.
We did. We put a bit of intimidation on in the under 11s men's singles, I think it was. But good on you, fellas, and congratulations to Jess there. That's a fantastic effort, and hopefully in a few years' time you'll be sitting up here as one of the panellists, just like Croft did when he was a young gun at Assumption College. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for young Jess Silver. Wow. Talking about champions, let's get the man on, Anthony Mundine. Welcome to the Footy Show.
The man.
The man. Well, Ant, you're on with us a few weeks ago talking about the fight with Lester Ellis, and you told us it'd be all one way. You didn't lie.
No, it was a good performance. I really felt that I thought it was going to take a little bit longer than what it did, but I caught him early and it was good.
Just before we get into the interview, it did take a little bit longer than we all thought for this fight to start, because have a look at this. Lester decided he wanted to get his money up front, and his manager, there was more talking on the phone here than you could ever believe, and in the great tradition of boxing, some negotiations were continued with the two managers, little friendly headlock, and into the male cubicle just for a little bit of a chat. What was all that about, Ant?
I think it was just a bit over money problems, and you know, you got sorted out pretty quickly, and you wanted things, you know, up front. So.
Okay.
Did you know all that was going on while you were waiting in the room?
No, I didn't know what was going on. I just wanted to, you know, I was trying to warm up and get ready for the fight. So.
All right, just
Sorry,
roll the tape again if we can, just where we left it there, because there was a fight then to see who came out first.
Come on.
See that now.
When they said, do you want Lester to come out first? You got the biggest cheer.
Yeah, but it's trying to smart.
No.
Going last.
Seriously, on the crowd call, you're the man. They want you out. They want you out first. This is the crowd. Your hometown wants you first. They want you, mate.
I'll do it for the crowd, not for me.
So finally the boys went out, and the drama there, of course, Anthony, is traditionally in boxing the champion is the last to enter the ring, and both of you, quite rightly, being champion boxers, and in Lester's case a one-time world champion, decided he was going to go last, but eventually you were the last man into the ring.
Yeah, I don't really know much about it. You know, I was just trying to warm up and get ready for the fight. I mean, I would have came in first. It wouldn't have worried me.
Let's roll the tape of the fight and Sam, you fire away. Here we go. Let's have a look. And here's the man coming out. I tell you what, it was sensational. It was fireworks, it was everything, and the crowd was pumped up, and 58 seconds, a big right hand crashed into Lester's noggin, and I think Lester at that stage realised that he was 37 years of age and fighting out of his weight division.
Well, you definitely could have stopped him in the first. Did you feel embarrassed to be there when you actually got out? There he is, you've hit him on the back of the head, he's gone down.
Just hear the man's speech.
I want to thank God and Eddie Maguire and the boys.
You just got that around the wrong way, mate.
Anthony, it's about top billing.
Yeah.
You thank God first and Eddie second. Now, come on.
Yeah.
Fire away, Sam.
Did you actually, when you got out there, Anthony, did you feel embarrassed that you actually were doing this?
Not really. I was really cautious because it was pretty powerful for a small guy. His speed was...
Look, he has been, we know, fantastic, but honestly and truly, you didn't knock him down in the first round. You held. You just waited. You didn't want to cheat the public. Oh, look, you did in the end, but you didn't want to start with.
No, I mean, well, I just want to be cautious because I know champions, get hurt and they can come back. I've seen, Arturo Gatti and guys like that, they come back when they're, on their heels.
Anyhow, you didn't do yourself any harm. You were very charitable and spoke very well after it.
And I think won the crowd over in the end, too, particularly
I think it's, as the, the biggest crowd, outside Lewis Tyson, and it was a non-title fight. So Melbourne, is known for its, supporting their sport and really showed on Monday.
Now, just two quick questions. How serious are you when you go on with all that I am the best, I'm number one? Is that just to psych yourself up, or do you honestly really believe you are the best?
Well, I'll try to talk myself into it and that.
So you don't really think of it?
I really do. I really feel that that I am, and I really want to prove it to myself and to the people.
And I know talk's cheap, David, just before you answer your question. I know talk's cheap, but Jeff Fennick keeps yapping at your heels about wanting you to fight his man. Are you a little bit wary of that, or do you
Not really. I mean, I'm willing to fight him anytime, anywhere, but it's a matter of people got to understand there's a lot of politics within boxing, and he's talking about, the money and stuff like that, and the money they're offering me, they want to promote the fight.
Oh, yeah.
I promote myself. I do my own promotions, so, I'm the one that brings the TV, I'm the one that brings most of the things to the table, and I've offered them 7 times the amount of his highest pay, and they still won't take it, so I don't need to mess around with those guys if they're not going to take it.
So one last one.
Realistically, a world title shot, how long do you think it'll take from now?
Well, we've got a plan to get the #1 position by the end of the year, by December.
#1 contender.
Yeah, #1 contender. Yep. So therefore, the champion has to fight me, within 9 months or 6 months. And hopefully mid next year.
And Anthony, do you think now that for your credibility, I mean, we all know you can fight and all the rest of it, but you're going to have to start getting into it. And this one was
if I want to get to #1,
yeah, you have to do it.
I have to do it. Yep. And so probably because I have my regional title now, which is the PABA.
Yep.
I got that title. Now I want to get another regional title, and then another one. So I've got to fight the best champions of different regions. So the whole of Africa or the whole of South America, and I've got to fight them. I've got to beat them.
Stay away from the South Americans for a while. That's all. Don't get in with the Mexicans.
Yeah, Anthony, does it mean you have to go to the United States probably if you want to become world champion? It seems a lot of the big-time boxing happens in Las Vegas and in America.
Yeah, the boxing is probably that's the capital, the States. So hopefully when I become a champion, I can go there and exploit myself.
Now,
there.
Anthony, you've only been hit once and you've been knocked out. Can you actually take a punch? No one's ever hit you before.
Yeah, I believe I can. I've been hit a couple of times by known punches early in the fight. I mean, I really felt fatigue let me down in the fight in Germany, and my experience. I only had 10 fights, so I didn't get out of things like I know I can now. And I've learnt from that. I've gained so much from that. And I think a great champion isn't a great champion if it hasn't, had a great loss.
Yep.
So Anthony, if you ever need a sparring partner, I know a man, David Schwartz. He's got a bit of spare time.
I'm looking for some actually, so. And it's been great.
Sammy goes good.
Yeah.
No, Sammy.
Yeah, no.
Sammy goes all right.
Can't fight his way out of it.
No sudden movements toward me, Anthony. But I've been scared once today already in the shark cage, Ed. Just put the hand out a little slower than that, mate.
But it's been good, Ed, like coming to Melbourne and, I really want to bring a world title to Melbourne. That's my goal now after seeing what happened on Monday night. I had a lot of help from people down here. My main man, Tony Sheen, in the front row.
Yep.
Really helped us out
My
with the
main
AFL
man,
players.
Tony Sheen.
Son of Mike Sheen.
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah. And really, put on a great promotion. And I really want to try and bring a world title back to Melbourne because I think it'll just be off the hook.
Just one favour, will you punch his head in before you go? Will you do that for us?
Well, if you want.
Would you do that?
If you want.
My God, would you?
Yeah.
Would you walk over there now and punch him in the face, would you?
Oh, not now.
No. Sam, what would your name be?
Yeah.
All right, later.
What would your name be? You know how boxers have names? Sam Cream Puff Newman.
I was
Good on you,
maybe the big cat when I play for Geelong would be Sam's scaredy cat. Scaredy cat,
Trev?
well.
It's quite a coincidence. Sam's also looking for a sparring partner, but no one will get in the spar with him.
Anthony, thanks very much for being with us. I thought you were quite gracious in your regard to Leicester after the fight. There's always a bit of aggro before a fight. We should never forget that Lester Ellis, as a 19-year-old, took a bloke called One Kill You apart to win a world title, IBF, when it was a Fedingham title as well. And Lester was a fantastic champion. And Lester, retire, sit back, mate. You don't have to tell any more about your deeds in the ring. You're a fantastic champion. So to Lester and to Anthony Mundine, thanks very much for being with us, mate. Good luck for the future. And now that you've got all the dramas behind you from some of the things you said in the past, you're back in there fighting. I think everyone's starting to get behind you.
Thank you, Andy.
Good on you, Anthony. Anthony Mundine. We'll be back with You Idiot right after this.
He was one of her first undercover cases.
Ruben ripped off the Schneider jewels? How come he's not in jail?
The one that got away.
It was me.
What?
I tipped him off.
But the revelations are just beginning.
You're pulling a job.
I came back to see you. You and Ruben seem pretty friendly.
I can't do this.
Is the coolest head in the unit close
I still like him.
to breaking point?
I don't trust myself.
Or ready to call it quits?
You're not coming back.
Stingers, 9:30 Tuesday on 9.
They look good.
They're McCain crunchy potato chips.
All chips are crunchy.
Well, they say these are crunchier.
You'd believe anything, Mum.
New McCain Crunchy Potato Chips. Unbelievably crunchy. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
Good on you. I'm hopeless at saving.
Ben, if I can save, you can.
So what is this ING Direct thing?
It's easy. I just transfer money from my everyday bank account to ING Direct, get great interest, and shift it back when I need it.
So what's the catch? Bank fees?
No, ING Direct don't have them.
How come?
Don't know. They just don't.
Discover how to save again with ING Direct. Call 1800 133 464.
This Saturday is M-Day. M-Day is your day to get extra value at Mazda. Mazda's only one day, once a year sale is M-Day. This Saturday at your nearest Mazda dealer. Of Australia have made their choice. Snappy Tom.
Spiro has his choice of the best fish. For cats, that's Snappy Tom. This is top quality fish. A great catch, canned fresh, that's fresh natural fish. So Spiro loves the taste. And I know that Snappy Tom has more protein and less fat than most other brands. Good choice, Spiro.
They're all of one voice. Snappy Tom.
Fletcher Jones is having a sale full of quality and very low prices. Fine suits, trousers, jackets, shirts and pants for men and women marked down to clear. Fletcher Jones Winter Quality Sale, now on.
Winter warms up at Crown with inviting cafes and bars and luxurious escapes with a world of entertainment and the biggest sports screen in the Southern Hemisphere. To catch all the action, the place to be in Melbourne is Crown.
It's my job at Campbell's Soups to get people to eat more veggies, or my neck's on the chopping block. How's the new Campbell's Valish range going?
I'll check with the lab. Yummy.
It's the herbs.
Superb.
Fresh veggies, yeah. We've made veggies taste better than ever.
I'll tell marketing to spread the word.
Campbell's Valish. Vegetables made delish.
Campbell's. It's all good.
Kylie, back with the most spectacular show ever. Limited shows, Sydney and Melbourne only. Tickets on sale now. Fever, the album out now.
Tuesday for Joss Myers, who opened her art exhibition at Rogers and Doyle, 112 St Kilda Road, St Kilda. Fraser Gehrig there, Aaron Hamill, Scott Cummings,
and a lot of
Spider Everett.
A lot of football motifs in the art.
A lot of football motifs, an eclectic view of art, fantastic paintings, Ed, down at 112 St Kilda Road, Joss Myers. Fantastic.
Some quick little stories just as we go. A bit of mail around, and actually we've had a phone call through from somebody giving us the tip that there might be a change of name. We've had Amy Stadium in the last week over at Football Park, that the old Colonial might have a new name come next week.
What is it?
So there you go. Well, the tip is around the place was Telstra. So we'll see what happens there. You've also got some news.
Well, some news because Doc Larkins, in his profession as a sports medico, wrote that he thought Anthony Koutafidis might have come back a fraction early and it was a bit of a risk. Well, the AFL have taken umbrage at this, taken very badly to the fact that the Doc said don't do it, Cooter, and they've asked him to explain why he shouldn't be locked out of the rooms before games that he commentates on Channel 9. Well, it doesn't matter what he commentates on, but he might be banned.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'd be hard to ban somebody from actually giving comment, would you think?
Well, it's like if you rang up an orthopaedic surgeon in America and said a bloke's coming back to play football, he's had a couple of knee operations, he's coming back a fraction early, not a lot early, but just a fraction early, and the bloke on the other side of the globe said, well, that's a bit of a risk, I think he should be careful. What's it matter if you are in the rooms or you're on the other side of the world? You can give an opinion, surely.
Pete's conservative at the best of times, but you wouldn't think that the freedom of speech police at the AFL would get on to that one. That's a bit silly.
Well, Carlton were...
Carlton were dirty about it, but that's fair enough. I mean, everyone gets a bit antsy when you've got a champion coming back from a knee, Rico.
But he's the most qualified to speak on it. Or he'd be one of the most qualified. Well, why wouldn't he speak on it?
Yeah.
Trev?
Yeah, dear AFL, I give my opinion on his knee injury because I'm an orthopaedic surgeon.
Neil, he's not a surgeon, but he's certainly a top
He's a surgeon?
I don't think he's a... Well, I don't think he's
a
surgeon.
He operates?
No, he's there and helps them. He's got a backyard operation going on.
Just because he puts a glove on occasionally, Sam, doesn't mean a thing.
Anyway, so Pete's facing the AFL. He's got to please explain, but I don't think he'd be getting locked out of too many rooms. But anyway...
We get locked out of Collingwood's room, Ed? Because you've got an open policy there, of course.
Yeah, no, we've got an open
What
policy.
happens if the AFL said he's not allowed into any AFL rooms and you let him in? Are you going to flagrantly flout the law like your skipper did with the blood?
They would have to...
Patrick.
Right. But they would have to revoke his media accreditation, I would presume, would be the only thing they could do. And the AFL run that, so we'd have to listen to them, I suppose. But they are... Peter Larkins is welcome at the Collingwood room.
0 for everyone who drives a car in Victoria. I tell you what, we'll all go if that happens. We'll all drive out.
All right, quickly. Last game of the round is Brisbane and Sydney. Let's have a look at this game. Brisbane is second on the ladder. Lee Matthews had plenty to say, and no fine for Lee. And Alistair Lynch kicked 7 goals last week in defeating your mob Richmond by 63 points. Richo, you must have sat back in the stand laughing your head off watching them get flogged last week while you ran around in the Magoos.
I wasn't laughing, Ed, but he certainly played well, Lynchy.
Craig Bolton, Jamie Sharman, Sean Hart's back, Michael Martin all back in. Ackermanis kneeing 2 weeks. What do you reckon, boys? Swarter, is he just losing the plot, Acker?
Yeah, he's lost the plot. A couple of weeks out won't hurt him. Just let him cool down, and I don't think that'll hurt Brisbane though. Up there, I think they'll be way too strong for Sydney, and Brisbane will win easy, Sam.
Let's have a look at Jared Bennett. Is in. Yell out all the Swan supporters. There you go. Eamon Buchanan, Daniel McPherson, Ryan O'Keefe and Brad Seymour are in. Out goes Doyle for 4 weeks with an ankle. And Barry Hall, eye gouging 5 weeks. Now, you're fitting if you needed a magnifying glass to go through the papers to find out that Barry got rubbed out.
No, Patrick did it in a sentence. Said he got out for eye gouging.
OK, now, boys, what do you think about the move to have Tony Lockett as his anger management consultant?
Yeah, not a bad one. He had a few little problems early in his career, Plugger, but he sorted them out towards the end.
Yeah, his last game he nearly killed Shane Wakeland. Trev?
That's a great idea. Maybe he could sign on Billy Brownless as his personal trainer. How about he can get Wayne Carey down there for player morale? maybe Alan Bond could come down and do the books for him.
Exactly.
He's got Lester Ellis on security. All happening down there.
It's all happening.
John Elliott could drive him to the ground.
Anyway, boys, quick one-word tip.
Yeah, Brisbane will win that one.
Yeah, Brisbane and Mars.
Suppose it was a lot easier to lift that up than a Hyundai.
Yeah. Shorter, quick.
Yes.
Brisbane still?
Brisbane.
That's the first one you got right. Brisbane, we're going for it.
Okay, Sam.
Am I doing this?
Yes, you are.
Right, now...
Time for you, idiot.
Tonight's Acting You Idiot are 10 footballers from the Victorian Women's Football League, led by Tina McCumber from the St Albans Spurs. Tina is currently out of action due to a knee reconstruction. Performing music from the film Sister Act, please welcome the Victorian Women's Football League.
Nothing you can say can tear me away from my God. My God. Nothing you can do, cause I'm stuck like glue to my God. My God, my God. He may not be our movie star, but when it comes to being happy, we are. There's not a man today who can take me away from my God. My God. As a matter of opinion, I think he's my opinion is he's the cream of the crop. As a matter of taste, to be exact, he's my dream. As a matter of fact, no muscle body man can take my hand from my God. My God. No handsome face could ever take the place of my God. My God. My God. I'm sticking to my God like a step to a lamb, like birds of a feather. Beaks stick together. I'm telling you from the start, I can't be torn apart from my God. Who can take me away from my God? Sammy.
There you go.
Beautifully done. Tina. On behalf of Mars, there's $1,000. I think 500
Thanks
for you
very
and
much.
500 for the St Albans. And strangely enough, Shane, you didn't look out of place there, mate. You never looked out of place. Is there a man that could take you away from your guy, Tina?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's all right. Just checking to see where you're going there.
Sam, just the other way, we'll get a shot there. We've got Shiloh, Lisa, Anita, Lucy, Dee, Anna, Shannon, and Alana, as well as Tina. So well done, girls. Congratulations.
Fantastic.
Go on, Sam.
Good on you.
Yeah,
well
good
done.
And $1,000 thanks to Mars, of course, and it's good to
Mars.
see the girls over there with the big V. Fantastic stuff.
Yes, the big... Beautiful. Thank you very much, girls. It's fantastic. What do you do with it? Do we keep that?
Just stay there and stand
Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. I
Each
thought we got
weekly
an ad
act
break,
receives $500 thanks to Mars and $500 for the nominated football club. End of season, $20,000 for the winners. And if you want to be an idiot, do this. Send us your admission tape. Post office box 800 Richmond, Victoria 3121. Girls, take us to the break.
Yes.
Go.
Go on.
Bum, 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 bum. I love him, I love him, I love him, and where he goes.
7:30 Friday.
Let's get...
Are you really going to say it?
They don't call you neutron bomb for nothing.
Olivia Newton-John, plus the do-it-yourself backyard blitzers. Burke's Backyard, 7:30 Friday on 9.
The most loved musical of all comes to life in a sensational new stage production, The Wizard of Oz. Nikki Webster leads an all-star cast including Bert Newton, Pamela Ray, Philip Gould, Derek Metzger, Doug Parkinson as the Cowardly Lion, and Patty Newton. Spectacular and unforgettable, The Wizard of Oz, now playing at the Regent Theatre. New seats on sale now at Ticketek.
Hi, I'm Lavinia Nixon. There's always something happening in Melbourne. Let's see what's on this week. With winter here, it's time to get warm with the Queen Victoria Market Cooking School. July 16, tapas and paella with Diana Lopez from De Los Santos. July 20, Provence on a plate with Tamara Milstein. Feeling chilly? Warm yourself up with some free entertainment at Southgate every Sunday, 1 to 3 p.m. That's Melbourne this week. Check the website for more information.
Get a special edition Pulsar Plus and you get air conditioning. Plus airbag. Plus keyless entry. plus CD player, plus alloy wheels, plus a rear spoiler. The Pulsar Plus. It's just full of pluses.
The Door Store's massive clearance sale up to 50% off. Quality doors, locks, levers, edge glass, lead light, architrave, skirting boards and more. Hurry, up to 50% off clearance sale. The Door Store.
122 Cochrane's Rover Rabbit.
Schwarzkopf presents live permanent colour. Shimmering colours with multi-reflective pigments for brilliant non-fade colour and shine. Express yourself. Live permanent colour from Schwarzkopf.
Winter warms up at Crown with inviting cafes and bars and luxurious escapes with a world of entertainment and the biggest sports screen in the Southern Hemisphere to catch all the action. The place to be in Melbourne is Crown.
Susan Sarandon and Tommy Lee Jones.
We need to talk to this child.
Why should he talk if we can't protect him?
In John Grisham's knife-edged thriller.
You're trying to ruin this boy's life and just flat out get him killed.
The Client, 8:30 Saturday on 9.
Let's wrap up what's been a great footy show tonight, no doubt about it. I think we've broken the record for going for the longest ever too, so we apologise to anyone who was expecting to, I don't know, see whatever's on next. Every week, Channel 9 and Duracell. Yes, our friend, there's the Duracell bunny, and then the girls from Duracell as well, giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win a 10-year membership for their favourite AFL club and to go in the draw to win tickets to the grand final footy show. All you have to do is ring this number, 1902 554 622, and leave your details. Lines will be open until midnight, Monday, and weekly winners announced each week on the footy show. This week's winner is Heather McKeough of South Australia, and she wins a 10-year membership to the Adelaide Crows. There you go, it's been a big night. There's the Duracell bunny, and good to see the girls here as well. Good on your mum, there she is, waving goodbye. Thanks, fellas, and well done to Swarter. Good luck this weekend, mate, for the farewell lap. We wish you all the very best.
Yeah,
You've been
thanks,
a great
mate.
career. Good luck to Croft.
Thank you, Ed.
Richard, I hope you don't get injured. That's all I'll say to you, mate. But
And,
it's going to be a big game tomorrow
big
night.
one, yeah.
The Tigers and the Magpies.
And it's been a big week in footy, Ed.
It has been a big week
Go
in
home
footy.
to bed and rest.
Oh, we'll go over rest, and hopefully that'll be it. And as I said, the Royal Commission continues, and I think Brad Cooper will be in the box on Monday, so I'll have more next week on that story. Trev, all the very best to you as well. Thank you, Ed. All the very best, mate. I'm only saying that because I'm just trying to get out on time with 4 seconds remaining. Good night. We'll see you next Thursday night on The Footy Show.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
The Footy Show's happy season proudly brought to you by Hyundai and Mars Free Bars. 1 in 6 bars goes free.